Hi everyone, we're the Veterinary Society. My name's Lizzie, I'm your Vice Chair.
I'm Kira, I'm the Chair.
I'm Izzy, I'm the Secretary.
I'm Rachel, I'm the Social Exec.
And I'm Megan, the Treasurer.
Should I share the screen?
Yeah, bring it up.
Let's see whether I can work out how to do this.
Oh, we can't.
I can't do that. Okay, right.
Just trying to get the PowerPoint up.
Shit with
I've just changed that setting for you, so you should be able to now.
Okay,
cool. There we go. We did it. Yeah, that's just a repeat. Do you want to start?
Yeah, so basically our membership is £15 for a year. We only started in 2018, so we're just basically setting things up in the last couple of years. And we're open to anyone that loves animals and misses their animals at home and stuff.
We're just trying to provide a space that people can feel welcome and safe in to, have a bit of a chill time and meet like-minded people. And it doesn't really matter what course you're doing or anything like that. We're just here because we like animals. Cool. So last year we did a few different things. We had a lot of field trips and excursions. We went to the West Midlands Safari Park, Telford Exotic Zoo and Crufts. And we also did charity days with the Guide Dogs UK, where we actually got to bring dogs to the uni for all of us to meet and engage with. And the last one, dog walking with the Dogs Trust Shrewsbury. Of course, this year things are a little bit more complicated, but we are seeing what we can do working within the regulations set out by the government, and also what the university is happy for us to do as well.
We'll keep you updated on as soon as we get information as to whether or not we can do stuff like that. But at the minute we're just waiting for the next guidelines, I think.
Yeah, so this year, kind of our main draw is we've got this great series of lectures coming up from our main sponsor, the Linnaeus Group. The Linnaeus Group are a really cool veterinary group working in the UK. They have a lot of pathways into the industry, and they're honest, they're just, I just really like them, they're really cool. And so the first talk is going to be on Thursday, the 19th of November at 6:30 p.m. And as from now, I believe we actually have a poll on our Facebook page. If it's not up now, it'll be up after this, where we get to vote on the first subject, the first topic the Linnaeus Group will put together for us. So straight after this, feel free to go onto our Facebook page, join up, and vote for the topic that you would most like to hear about.
So unfortunately this year there's not going to be any in-person socials, but we're working with what we can to try and make there a social element, even if it is just going to be online for the foreseeable future. But we're gonna try and still make it so people can get to know each other, make new friends, as that is one of the main reasons we're even here as a society.
And
this is our Facebook group, just so you know.
If you want to take a screenshot or something of it so you can get back to it if we pop it back up for you. And then we'll just accept everyone that's asking to join. And then the post should be at the top of the page for you all now.
I've just checked it has actually posted, so it's live now.
Yeah, and regarding our virtual socials, we plan on doing things like quizzes and little online challenges for you guys, just things to keep it fun and keep it interesting, but in a socially distant kind of way as best we can.
This is just a few photos of our dogs.
Yeah, various animals that we're associated with. They're very cute.
So we do have a couple of questions. I know they were asked kind of straight at the start, so I know you probably covered this, but how much is it and when is the first session?
Cool. So it is £15 to join for the year, and that money goes towards helping us run the society and also towards things like course clothing. Our course clothing this year is going to come in. We're getting there with that one, but it is going to be great. Like in the past, it's been really well received and it's quite good quality, so we like that. The first session I'm not too sure yet. That information will be out soon on the Facebook page.
We're just planning how we're going to run the sessions at the moment with regards to running everything online. So we just need a little bit more time just to plan how we're going to do that. And then we will let you know sort of via Facebook as soon as we can when everything's up and running.
Won't be long though, we will start doing things pretty soon.
Very shortly, yeah. Just working out the details now.
Okay, and then I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this one, but what's the difference between the Veterinary Society and the Biological Society?
So the Biological Society, as far as we understand, is a very new society. I think this is their first year. Basically, for us, we're focused a little bit more on the companion animal side of things, dogs, cats, small exotics, things like that. And the Biological Society seems to be a bit more of animals on the whole, and a little bit more kind of like wildlife and conservation as well. But I'm afraid that's as far as I know.
And I think, sorry, I was going to say, I think we're a lot more into like working with the guide dogs and seeing like different sides of that rather than maybe like the more biological, like physiological way of the animals. So definitely more about animals in society rather than, you know, the biology of animals, basically.
I think the Biological Society has a bit more to do with, you know, flora and plant life and ecological systems and things like that.
Yeah, that's definitely, if you do head to the SU website, you can see some information on there on the clubs and societies, and there's good descriptions of all the different clubs and societies for you to compare as well. And they've also got their, you know, their Zoom webinar that they also did as well. So feel free if you want to make a comparison there. I think we've got another question. Is there going to be a taster session going on this week?
We don't currently have one planned, so no is the answer to that.
That was basically because we're not a sport, we don't have any sort of training to be doing, and we didn't really feel like there was anything we could justify an in-person meeting for that we couldn't really talk about on here or talk about like on our Facebook page or anything.
Okay, great. So if we've got any more questions that anyone's wanting to ask, feel free to pop them. If you've only just joined, then there's a Q&A box at the bottom of your screen where you can pop a question in there, and you can do it anonymously if you'd like. So feel free to ask any questions. So while we're waiting for any questions to come in, I'll just ask you then. So what's your best memory of being in the Veterinary Society so far?
For me personally, so last year we were a very, very fortunate, very lucky group, got to volunteer at the Dogs Trust in Shrewsbury, and there was this one dog there that I kind of fell in love with, absolutely adored him, and yeah, he was definitely the best part of the society for me. Yeah, so I'm gonna rant a little bit, but I'm from Australia. I'm a very long way from home, and I really miss my pets back home. So it's just been really nice to kind of be surrounded by people who have the same opinions about as pets and miss their pets as much as I do.
Brilliant. Anyone else for that question before I ask some of our others coming in?
Sorry, Megan.
Sorry, Rachel, you go first.
We sponsored a guide dog puppy, and get any updates on how she's doing and seeing the pictures of her growing up and learning all the new things. It's really nice to be a part of that, I think, to see like her go from this tiny puppy into like she's almost an adult dog now, and she's learning all these new things, and I've just really enjoyed watching her do all of that stuff.
I would say as well, going to Dogs Trust, because just when I needed some time out just to be off campus, it was really nice just to go and spend like a couple of hours with the dogs just to chill out and bring myself back to life, as it were.
Brilliant, thank you. So, do the Veterinary Society at Harper Adams have their own Facebook page?
We have a Facebook group.
Yeah, so basically if you go onto Facebook and type in Harp, do you want to bring up that slide again? In case you missed it, we did have a little slideshow with those details. Up on Facebook, it's the Harper Adams Veterinary Society.
I don't know what's going on.
Scroll down.
I'm trying.
There you go. We'll get there.
No, back.
Yeah, there we go. So if you search in Harper Adams Veterinary Society, or you can take a screenshot of this and type it, I guess. It'll come up for you there, and then we can add you into the group straight away.
Brilliant. So how often do you meet up? Is it every week?
Last year it was every 2 weeks, and we were thinking of doing the same this year, just so that other people who want to be part of other societies and part of like sporting societies and stuff, they can attend their socials as well.
Brilliant. And will you be setting up an Instagram page, as some people don't have Facebook?
We could definitely think about doing that. We haven't got one yet, but I don't see why we couldn't definitely look into doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's absolutely something that we can do. And yeah.
So would we be missing out on lots of things this year, like volunteering with the Dogs Trust, as otherwise they might wait to join until next year?
That's a really difficult question to answer, because the truth of the matter is we don't know. We're in contact with Dogs Trust. We talk to them a lot. They're keeping us updated on their changes, and we're waiting on government restrictions to change as well. So I'm afraid we can't answer that.
We are working on getting opportunities that can be done online to counteract the fact that we won't be able to do as many things as we possibly could have done previously, like the Linnaeus group doing talks and stuff with us.
Last year we didn't have any online lectures, and this year we're trying to push for that as much as possible to get some good content out to you guys, and actually, kind of make the society something that you want to do and something you want to be a part of.
We'll still be doing like interactive sessions as well. We're planning on doing some quizzes, things like that. And we did a raffle last year to raise money for our chosen charity. And we're planning on trying to run that again this year. So it would be things like that you'd still get to do all of that stuff that we did last year as well.
Yeah, it's just the format that's changing, and the media has to change as well a little bit.
Okay, and who is your sponsor?
Our sponsor is the Linnaeus group. That's the I don't think we have him on. We have it on the thing. Yeah, we're going to make a post about it on Facebook. They're a new sponsor to us. They contacted us quite recently, and we've decided to accept them as a sponsor. They're really cool. They're really interesting group that we're very excited to work with.
Brilliant. What day is it that you usually meet up?
Wednesday evening generally would be when we would generally have a social, or from now on probably a Zoom call, something like this, but with obviously not just us speaking, you guys would be able to speak in that as well. But yeah, normally a Wednesday night.
Okay, and is there a deadline on which you have to join the society by?
No, I believe so. You can join whenever. The price won't change, but no, I don't think there's a deadline at all.
I think traditionally it was that if you could come to the first social just to see if it was what you wanted, and then it was sort of maybe expected that if you were coming to like a second and a third social, maybe then buying your membership. But obviously things are entirely different this year than last year, and socials aren't really what they were.
Yeah.
Okay, do you work in anything rescue or rehab related?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you work in anything rescue or rehab related?
So last year we were able to volunteer with the Dogs Trust, which is a huge rescue organization. And we're always on the lookout for other organizations to become a part of and to work with. So we'll be keeping an eye out for other things. But last year it was pretty much the rescue charity of the Dogs Trust. Or was that like do we personally? I imagine it would be the society. Oh.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
But if the person who posted that question wants anyone to expand on it, they can ask again. That's no problem. So that's the last of the questions we've got at the moment. If anyone has any more questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A section. Okay, so I'll think of some questions for you. So what made you want to actually join the Veterinary Society yourselves?
I'm just really interested in like veterinary science and like animals and stuff. So I wanted to be around people that were like-minded, and a lot of the other societies that I was looking at joining didn't really appeal to, like, I'm quite a calm person. I don't like going out and going wild partying and stuff. So the Veterinary Society appealed to that side of me. It was just meeting up at the pub and like playing a few drinking games and just hanging out with people. It was just chill.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me as well, last year I was just quite similar. I just wanted to meet people who like animals, miss their pets at home, and kind of, cry together about that.
Like personally, I'm just not very sporty, and a lot of people at Harper Adams are, and it's a very sport-based university. There's a lot of sports societies, so it's nice to be part of a society, but not one that I have to like run in and stuff.
Though, of course, if that's what you're into, like, absolutely do both. We're not.
Oh yeah.
We try and we're quite inclusive. We try and reach as wide a range of people as we can. So if you're sporty, that's also totally cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And we've got a question here saying, can we access hands-on experience with animals on site via this society?
At the moment, no, because of the guidelines by uni and the government at the moment. So for now, it's no, unfortunately.
Okay, and are you all on a vet course or are you on different ones?
Yeah, so I think 4 of us on this call right now are vet nurses, and
Yeah.
I'm veterinary physiotherapy. So yeah, we're all vet courses, right? Yeah.
We had people come to the society who were on engineering or who did, agriculture, any kind of, like, we're really trying to be open to any course that wants to come. We just all happen to be from the veterinary side of it.
Great. And would joining the Veterinary Society create good experience in the field for aspiring vet nurses?
Yeah, so I mentioned before that with the Linnaeus group, one of the lectures they're offering is actually, we're going to hopefully run it a bit later, but top tips for your first years in vet practice. And these guys are just a great contact to have. They work with a lot of universities and help new industry professionals through their first years and in their schooling as well, and in their education into the industry and into the veterinary world.
So being in the veterinary society, we're all obviously some people might come from different courses, but if you're struggling with assignments and stuff for veterinary or your first year and you have any questions about the university as a whole or your course, or you're struggling with anything, we're here to help with that because we've been through the first year. So hopefully we've got some knowledge on it.
If you just want to chat about it, we're here for that as well. We're all approachable, relatively.
We hope.
Yeah, hope we're not too scary.
As a veterinary nurse student myself, I would say definitely take them up on that offer. You need all the help and support you can get when you're trying to navigate a veterinary career. So definitely make the most of that opportunity, I would say. Oh, we've got another question come in. So if they were to join the society today, when would the society have the first meeting?
I think a similar question was asked a bit earlier, but that's fine. Within the next couple of weeks, like, we're not prolonging it. We're gonna crack on as soon as everyone's back and settled, I think. So very shortly, join the Facebook page and watch the space, and we'll get that information to you. Sorry, I have to pee.
Well, that's great. I think we haven't got any more questions at the moment. Is there anything that any of you want to add? Any sort of advice or information about the society that you think anyone should know? Additionally to what you've already said, obviously.
I think our main message is just that we're open to everyone on any course, any background, and it's just a safe space for everyone to come and just meet new people and have a good time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, to just reiterate a little bit, there are things we did last year that are a little bit more complicated now, or so there are certain things that we can't do, and we are going to do our best to, deliver as a society to our new members in different ways that are compliant with the university and governmental regulations as best we can. So give us a shot. We're nice.
Brilliant. So if anyone has any last questions, feel free to put them in there now. But otherwise, I think we've just got a couple of minutes left, so we can wrap up if there's no more questions.
If you guys do have any questions that you think of later, just feel free to send a message to the group and on the Facebook page, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I don't think we have any more questions. So thank you very much. That was very informative, and I'm sure that'll have been very helpful for a lot of people. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for hosting us.
Lauren.